but this time chose a different epithet. His actions became a powerful example of kindness and humanity in history.
When Saladin entered Jerusalem, people were afraid. They remembered what happened 90 years earlier. The city had seen terrible violence, but this time things were different. Saladin ordered his army not to harm civilians. He allowed families to leave the city safely. Many prisoners were released. Poor people who could not pay ransom were also freed. Even Christian holy places were protected. This act of mercy surprised the whole world.
The victory is ours. I am defeated.
Another powerful knight, Reynaud of Châtillon, was also captured.
Unlay, you dogs!
Reynaud had brought peace many times. One by one, many cities surrendered. Soon, Saladin's army reached the walls of the city was defended by Balian of Ibelin, surrendered in October 1187. Instead of destroying the city, Saladin allowed people to leave safely. Many historians say this moment became one of the most respected victories in medieval history. After the Saladin go in peace.
But Saladin chose mercy.
Christians were allowed to leave the city peacefully. They only had to pay a small ransom for freedom. Many poor families could not pay the money.
So Saladin and I paid the ransom for them.
Thousands of people were freed because of this kindness. Muslim holy places were cleaned and reopened for prayer. When Europe heard the news, shock and anger spread. This became the beginning of the Third Crusade.
Kings of Europe, we march again.
Our armies are ready, Richard.
For the Holy Land, to arms, victory!
The Third Crusade soon began. Powerful kings from Europe joined the war. One of them was Richard I of England. He was famous for his courage in battle. Richard's army arrived in the Holy Land.
Our blood!
Many fierce battles took place between Richard and Saladin. One important battle happened at the Battle of Arsuf. Richard won this battle, but he could not capture Jerusalem. Both leaders respected each other.
I respect your honor, Saladin, and I...
Stories say that when Richard was sick,
Drink this.
after years of fighting, both sides were tired of war. Finally, in 1192, Christians were allowed to visit Jerusalem peacefully.
This agreement ended the long war between them. The story of Saladin as a symbol of honor, mercy, and leadership.
After the peace agreement of 1192, Richard I of England returned to Europe, but Saladin stayed in the Middle East. After the peace agreement of 1192, Richard I of England returned to Europe, but Saladin stayed in the Middle East. He continued to rule his lands with strength and justice. Even many of his enemies respected him. They admired his courage, his mercy, and his leadership.
Let there be peace.
But something surprising happened. When his treasury was checked, very little money was found. Most of his wealth had been given to the poor. Today, his grave in Damascus is still visited by many people. A warrior who won many battles, but became famous because of his mercy and honor. After the death of Saladin in 1193,
The lands must stay for long. Egypt is mine, and Syria to me.
some ruled in Egypt, others in Syria. Because of these divisions, the empire weakened. Meanwhile, the Crusader states still existed on the Mediterranean coast. Cities like Acre remained under Crusader control. For many years, Muslim and Crusader forces continued small battles and tensions, but the memory of Saladin remained powerful. Even in Europe, many writers and historians praised his character. They described him as a brave warrior and a noble ruler. That is why today the Nisbaba is